You know the name Ted Bundy. You've heard of Jeffrey Dahmer. But in the summer of 1990, another name joined the ranks of America's most terrifying killers, though most people don't remember it. Danny Rolling. He didn't just murder, he stalked, tortured. And when he was done, he posed his victims like dolls. They called him the Gainesville Ripper. And his story? It's not fiction, but it inspired one. August 1990, Gainesville, Florida. The University of Florida was buzzing. New semester, dorms filling, parents hugging goodbye. But something else arrived that week. A drifter. Quiet. Dirty. Watching. His name, Danny Harold Rolling. Born in 1954 in Shreveport, Louisiana, he grew up under constant physical abuse. His father, a police officer, was violent. Rolling was expelled from the Air Force, jailed for robbery, and had a growing rap sheet. But in Gainesville, it wasn't about theft, it was about something far worse. August 24th, just after midnight. He broke into the apartment of Sonia Larson and Christina Powell, two freshman roommates. Armed with a military-style knife and duct tape, Sonia was asleep upstairs. He stabbed her to death silently. Then he moved to Christina. He tied her hands, raped her, and killed her. Then he posed her body, arms spread, legs apart, like he wanted someone to see it. And then he vanished. August 25th, the following night, Krista Hoyt, 18 years old. She worked part-time for the sheriff's office. He broke in, waited for her, attacked, tied her up, raped her, stabbed her. But he wasn't done. He returned to the scene. With tools, he decapitated her, placed her head on a bookshelf facing her posed body sitting on the bed. This wasn't a frenzy, it was deliberate. Gainesville panicked. Students fled, gun stores sold out, people slept in shifts, barricading themselves indoors. But it wasn't over. August 27. Tracy Paules and Manuel Manny Taboada. Manny was a former football player. He heard the intruder and tried to fight back, but Rolling stabbed him, repeatedly. Tracy tried to lock herself in her room. Rolling broke in, raped her, killed her, and posed her body too. 5 students, 3 days. And just like before, he vanished. What Gainesville didn't know was that the killer was already on the run. Rolling had packed up his camp in the woods and drifted to Ocala, Florida. On September 7th, police arrested him, not for murder, but for robbing a grocery store. He was calm, soft-spoken, just a drifter with a long record. Weeks later, investigators found a campsite linked to the Gainesville crimes. Inside, audio diaries, drawings of mutilated women, tools, and a screwdriver matching pry marks at the murder scenes. Then came DNA, a match to the semen found on the victims. The Gainesville Ripper had a name, and he was already in custody. But the story didn't end there. Rolling confessed to more murders, ones committed almost a year earlier, November 4th, 1989. Back in Shreveport, Louisiana, 3 members of the Grissom family were killed. Tom Grissom, 55, his daughter Julie, 24, his grandson Sean, just 8 years old. Julie had been raped and mutilated. Her body posed. Sound familiar? Rolling later admitted to the Shreveport murders while on death row. He claimed a demon, a dark force, made him do it. He called it Gemini. But many believe Gemini was just a mask, a story, a way to sound larger than life, a way to be remembered. February 15, 1994. Danny Rolling pled guilty to all 5 Gainesville murders. He didn't fight the charges. He wanted to speak. In court, he sang a confession, a strange, eerie ballad about suffering, God, and remorse. He was sentenced to death. Then he waited for over a decade. On death row, Rolling wrote poems, created disturbing artwork, gave interviews. He talked about abuse, about religion, about voices in his head, but he never denied what he had done. He told one reporter, "There are some things so dark, they stain the soul." October 25th, 2006, 6:13 p.m. Danny Rolling was executed by lethal injection. He was 52 years old. Outside the prison, crowds gathered. Some cheered, some prayed, some just watched. As he lay strapped to the gurney, he sang again, a final song about angels, and then he was gone. In the end, Danny Rolling murdered at least 8 people, but he scarred a community, inspired fear across the country, and left behind one terrifying truth. The scariest monsters aren't hiding in the woods or lurking on screens. They live among us, watching, waiting, and sometimes they come to college towns in late August, when no one is expecting the devil to walk through the door.